Hey there, I'm Jill Allen, and this is Find Your Fierce, the show designed to help you discover your inner strength and unlock an unstoppable mindset that will completely transform how you show up every day. Each week, I will share methods and strategies to inspire you to step into your greatness and live life with purpose. Join me on this journey to becoming fit, fierce, and unstoppable. Hey there, welcome back to Find Your Fierce, the podcast that's all about showing up with purpose, surrounding ourselves with women who lift us higher, and learning how to fuel our fire from the inside out. I'm your host, Jill Allen, certified strength and conditioning specialist, fitness and mindset coach, and the gal who believes you can thrive without burning yourself out. And I tell you what, this episode, it's continuing our special series, Fuel Her Fire, where we have been diving deep into mindset and grit and the kind of inner drive that keeps you going when no one's clapping. And today, I am so super excited. I'm beyond excited because my daughter Harper is back with us. She's joining us. It's been a few years, and she is absolutely incredible. And if you have not had the blessing to meet her, she's a senior. She does all the things: cross country, basketball, track. She's very serious, very driven, and she's truly funny when you get to know her. And I just love her to the moon and back, and she teaches me something new every single day. And she's stepping into this conversation. I'm really excited to have this chat with her. We're going to talk about discipline and leadership and showing up in a world full of distractions. And we're going to talk about what fuels her fire and how she handles pressure and the lessons she's learning about identity and balance and purpose. Lessons that I know that every woman, every mom or leader can relate to. So grab your coffee, your brew, your rush, settle in, and get ready to be inspired. I'm fired up. I hope you are as well. Welcome, Harper.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? Yeah, I'm good. I'm so glad that you're back with us. I mean, it's been a few years. I think you were a freshman.
Yeah, a couple years. So
I
I'm good
know.
to be back.
I know, I am too. I'm just thrilled. There has been a lot that's happened since you were what, 15? You're 18 now. I mean, catch the listeners up to speed a little bit about you here these last few years.
Yeah, so I'm a senior now. I don't go to school, so we're doing this at 12 p.m.
Well,
Oh,
you go to school.
yeah, but I get out really early, so it's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
you have a cushy schedule. It's good.
Yeah, I just finished my last cross country season, and I am jumping into basketball. We just had our tip off dinner yesterday, so
Yeah.
first game's pretty soon, so I'm super excited about that. And just busy with sports and just
And
family.
my, yeah. I tell you, is it going fast?
Yeah, it really is going fast. It's already November, and that's just crazy. So
I know, because it's really going fast for me. It's going fast for you, but it's really, really going fast for me. What was it like? I mean, your cross country season, I mean, last year when you guys were junior, your entire team, I mean, you guys went undefeated. You ended up going on, you were district champs, regional champs, and then you were the state champs. Okay. And I think the best part is like the fact that you were with your sister, and she was a part of this the whole entire time. And I know you had high expectations and you just finished up your senior year. Tell us a little bit about that.
yeah, obviously last year it was pretty hard to beat. It was a perfect season, but every season's different. And I don't know, this cross country season was just so good too. The team, the coaches, every meet, it's just so fun to get out there and compete.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that it's over, but everything comes to an end. But I'm just glad the way we ended. It was pretty strong and fun.
Yeah. No, I mean, you were so, I mean, you are, not were, you are so close with your coaches. And I just love that connection that you have with them. I know they've made a huge impact in your life. And you are like tomorrow. I mean, you want to share? I mean, because it's coming to an end, but you're also stepping into a new chapter and it's pretty exciting. I mean, what's going on tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow I'm actually signing to go run at the next level to, well, at Indiana. So
Yeah.
it's pretty exciting, pretty scary, but I'm just so excited to just move on and, you
Yeah.
know, just see what I can do there.
Well, it was such a perfect fit. I mean, I mean, I remember when we went to your visit. I mean, I don't think we could have had a better weekend. It was like 70 and sunny. Because I'm thinking, what is there to do in Indiana? Like, I was kind of worried about that. But you had a really good feel for your coach and you were excited. And I just remember walking on that campus. I mean, for me, okay, as if I'm like going there, but like for me, they had flowers on campus and it was gorgeous. And you were running through, and it was just like this little tiny college town. I guess not too tiny. What? It has like 60, 70,000
Yeah,
people.
it's pretty
Everything
big.
I do is the 6 to 7 now anymore, but 60, 70,000 people. And it was like this college town, and it was gorgeous. And I saw your face, and you like I knew it was a perfect fit for you. But tell us a little about your experience there and how you knew that was the place, because at the end of the day, it was your decision.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect going into it. You think of Indiana and it's like, oh, what's in Indiana? But we showed up and I was super excited and it was just so pretty. And I think I saw myself just there, just if I didn't even run. So I
Hmm.
think that's just another thing, knowing that it did just feel like home too. So it's pretty good that I can run and it's pretty homey too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, and it doesn't hurt when your coach is all about numbers.
Yeah.
Numbers guy, and you kind of like numbers and mapping things out.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that too.
That's awesome. I mean, from all that, I mean, you're going to be a, D1 collegiate athlete and competing in the Big Ten. You've chosen a pretty intense path. I look at you, I admire you. And like I said before, you teach me something every single day, and we couldn't be more proud. But your training and your competing and your schoolwork and just staying disciplined. For a lot of women listening, I mean, the details look different, but that drive is the same. And so what's fueling you? What keeps you going? Because that intense path, that path is hard. And so what keeps you going when no one's clapping and it just is a hard day?
Yeah, I think I have learned just to I love it. I love going through that every single day and
What,
what
the push, like the
yeah,
push or the drive or
yeah, pretty much everything. It's really hard. I do a lot of different things than what a lot of people my age do. So I guess I do live different, but I also love it. Um, and I know I just wouldn't be the person I am if I wasn't locked in the way I am and I didn't like getting better and I didn't like, I don't know, just working hard.
hmm I mean, I think there are a lot of people out there that are very, like, they're highly driven, but sometimes it just life gets kind of in the way. There's days that where, maybe you're not feeling it and the motivation is low. Um, what do you go to, when that tension is there, pushing through when your head's not just in it?
Yeah, you're obviously going to have some hard days. I have a lot of those throughout every single season. And, you kind of just have to remember the goal, like the big goal. And obviously, you aren't going to be feeling the best every single day. So I think kind of, I guess I write a lot of things down. I really, I have goals. I write them all down pretty much every single night. I'm always just like writing what I need to do the next day or what I need to do to get better. And I
Are
think that's
you a list maker?
yeah, I kind of am. I think that's just something that it's a little thing, but it also goes such like a long way just because it's just something I can always do.
Hmm.
I think it's kind of just if you write it down, you can see it, and it's really nice just to check it off too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, what happens when you don't hit that check mark? Do you just carry it on for the next
yeah,
day?
you just keep
And
writing it down, and you can check it off when you finish it, I guess.
that's funny. I walked through your bedroom the other day and I saw your goal list and dream list, and you're in the whole purpose of the 2025-2026 basketball season, and it's taped to your your dresser, your mirror, and it's in purple ink. You got to love it, right? You got the kid in you still. And then on the back of your door, you had your 4 years of your cross country goals. And after every single race, I mean, it's there. You have it. There's something to say about that when you place your goals and your vision, in front of you where you see it every single day, because you can have all those dreams, but what what is it going to take day in and day out? So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. What about pressure? I mean, I know it hits all of us, right? Not just from the outside, but I know, ladies, we all have that little internal voice, that says maybe you're not doing enough or, you're not cut out for this or I'm not, you don't have time or you're too busy or, you know, um, you need to work on yourself. You're not worthy. I mean, how do you handle that kind of pressure, that little doubt when that voice gets in your head? Um, how do you handle that pressure? What do you say to yourself?
Yeah, I think pressure happens with anything. It can happen even like school, sports. It can just it happens with everything. I think, you just have to remind yourself why you're doing it, why you started it. And I think that has helped me just, you know, I don't know. I just talk to myself. It's like, I can do this. Like, I don't know. It's just positive self talk, I think.
Yeah.
And you're always going to have that little voice in your head trying to tear you down, but, you're stronger than that.
Yeah. Well, and that voice of what we pay attention to and what we feed is the one that's going to grow. I think we always have that little inner voice that tries to the lies and the doubt, and then you have the other little, on the other side of all the things that you are capable of and all the, the gifts that God has given you. And so I think it's what you feed is what's definitely going to grow and then uh, impact your life. Tell us something that, something hard that you've done recently, okay, that maybe no one saw. We talk about those daily habits. You have your goals, you have your vision, you have your dreams, and it's coming down to what you do daily. And I know we talked a little bit last night at your tip-off dinner about those sandwich moments and the in-between moments when nobody is around, no one sees you, mom and dad aren't over you, your teacher, your coach isn't telling you what to do, making sure that you do it. But what's something that has been hard that you've done and no one saw, but you know that's mattered? Because those quiet wins, when no one claps for you, I mean, they are deeply significant. Okay, we got to have those moments too. Am I
Yeah, so
putting you on the spot?
you guys, well, obviously you and dad have seen this because I come home and I do it every single day, but like I think a little thing that I do that has truly just helped me become just stronger is just lifting. Like it sounds silly, but I do it on my own. And I think that's kind of just something that a lot of people don't really choose to do. So I think it's kind of, I don't know, I think that's just something that I like to do it. So I think
Yeah,
I know it's going to make me stronger with everything I do. So it's kind of just,
even with your mind.
yeah, even if people don't do it, I can still do it. So
Yeah. I tell you, are you like me? I don't think I've ever asked you this. I get like the most creative, have the most vision, have the most like fire through movement.
mhm.
So like
Yeah.
if I run or if I'm on a bike or, out for a hike, and you have that alone time, that quiet time, just you, your mind, your heart, the Lord, like all of that, it
Mhm.
comes in and you come back and you're ready to whip the world. It's amazing. Are you like that?
Yeah, I am like that. Yeah.
You feel like a beast when you go do something like that. It's amazing what happens when you move your body,
Mhm.
whether it's a 10-minute walk or a 20-minute lift or I don't know. There's just so much power in that. I had a feeling you were like that because I know
Yeah.
you were downstairs and you lift. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about discipline versus distraction. I know we kind of touched base on a little bit of that, but you've chosen a narrow path. I mean, you've chosen a path that is going to require discipline over comfort or ease. And I know that, again, a lot of women here, guys, you don't have to be a teen to relate to all of this, okay? I wish I knew this stuff, when I was 18, but that's something that we wrestle with at some point. So how do you encourage, someone who's listening, who's trying to stay faithful to her calling, even when the easy route is right there?
Yeah, there's so much that goes on every single day, and there's so many decisions you have to make. And I think, especially for me being in high school, there's so many, I don't know, distractions that can just happen so fast. And I think when I think about my life and what I want to do in the future, and obviously just in the moment, it's kind of just what is the best thing for me. And you're going to make mistakes, but it's kind of just how you learn from them. And I think that's kind of just something you always just have to remember is choosing the hard path is always going to be harder than just saying yes to the bad things or whatever it is. But I keep saying, you remember that goal and what it's going to take to get there. So I think that's kind of just what I do, and
Yeah.
it works.
Well, it is hard. I mean, the narrow path, whether it comes down to your fitness or your health or your career or walking with the Lord, I mean, the narrow path, there's a reason why it's a narrow path and not many people follow it because the discipline that it takes to do that versus walking that broad path where it seems like the majority go. I mean, I know it's tough and we have to say no to some things. And it's hard when we're in this instant gratification world where we want to do what we want to do in that given moment, but yet that's not what we're being called to do. Okay. And that's the part that's hard. And I know you've said no to a lot of things that maybe most teens wouldn't think twice about. And so I just think, whether if someone's building a business or raising a family and a life with intentional purpose, I mean, how do you keep your why in front of you when that no gets exhausting? I know you've mentioned that you put it, post-its and you have it right in front of you, but how do you keep that why when you're tired of saying no?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is to just pray and, talk to God because He really is just going to give you all the answers and He's going to lead you to the right path. So I think that's kind of just the thing that everyone needs to do. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bold to say that. I mean, and I love it because I think we need more of that. It's not just knowing God, but actually having that relationship with Him. And there's a big difference on it because we want to hop on what we want to do sometimes, and God's telling you a different way. And the thing of it is, we have to be obedient to that. You're exactly right. He tells us. It's just sometimes that we don't always listen. Because I know it's easy to follow the crowd. I mean, let's be real, you're 18. I mean, it is so easy to follow the crowd. It's easy to follow the crowd when you're 45 and 50 and 60, but you know, because I just know that that temptation doesn't stop in adulthood. And so when everybody around you, okay, seems to be choosing comfort over convenience. I know we've had these conversations within our family because I get on you guys about Snapchat and TikTok and all the reels and how many hours we spend on the phone. How do you stay focused when maybe, well, you see others just leading more of a comfort-led life?
Yeah, I think I just want it. I want it a lot more than people my age, and it's gonna suck. It's gonna be hard, but you just think of your future, and it's like I know what I want, and I'm gonna do everything to get there.
Yeah. I mean, do you ever feel like you're missing out?
Yeah, I think that's normal, but I've kind of accepted it, and I think it's okay not to do everything, and I like my life, and
Mhm.
I chose it, and you know, God wants me to do this, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Geesh, I know. I just know that sometimes I know I've been in a season where like, oh, I do feel like I'm missing out, like, on things again when it's all over social media, people are taking trips and, comparison mode gets in the way. I think there's just a level of maturity I think that we all have to kind of, walk through. Again, focusing on the calling that God has on your life and where He wants to lead you with that. Hardest part is again being obedient and staying true to that. Um, so what helps you, like personally, like what do you do even when it's lonely or things get unnoticed? Because I tell you what, I've watched you and your sisters. I mean, we're taking wits walks on Saturday nights. Seriously, we hang out together and and I know that that doesn't seem normal to people. You guys are teenagers and this and that. Like Saturday night we went to Top Golf, you know, and I'm like, "Oh, isn't this fun?" And you made a comment. You were like, "Yeah, Saturday night we're hanging out with mom and dad at Top Golf." Um, but I don't know. I mean, that I think that I sometimes do worry about you sometimes, as to whether or not are you missing out? Are you leading I know in my heart that you are on the right path, but I mean, I know it has to get lonely sometimes and, and walking that, because again, it, that's life. That's part of our heart and life, and it's pulling us every single day. So what helps you keep walking that narrow road?
Yeah, I think it's just my drive to get better. You know, obviously there's moments when I feel like I'm missing out. I miss a lot of football games on Friday nights because I have a cross country race the next day. And I know if I'm going to be out, then I'm not going to run the way I need to for my team. And so, it's okay. I think I would rather go work out and go on wood walks with my family anyway. But I don't know. I enjoy those type of things. So I think it's okay.
Well, I enjoy it too because I tell you what, I don't know what I'm going to do without you when you go. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You definitely are a blessing. I mentioned something about comparison. That's easy for us to get caught up in. Um, there's so many young adults and adults that are in constant comparison mode. And I know that you're growing up in it. I mean, the social media is rampant. I mean, every time I see a kid their head is down and they're on your phone and here I am trying to nag you guys all the time is like put your phone down, put your phone down. How do you stay grounded in your identity? Especially in a culture that measures worth by appearance, achievement. I mean, think about the Instagram reels that come across our feed and what draws our attention. I mean, so how do you stay focused on like on your identity?
Yeah, it's hard, but God created everyone the way He wanted to, and I think that's kind of just what I just try to remember is I don't need to do anything different or a certain way just to fit in, or like I don't know, I don't really know how to say it, but
What's
there's
what's above your door, like your bedroom door, like that sign?
know your worth. So
Yeah.
it's kinda just God. I don't know. He just created everyone just a certain way, and I think it's kind of just why change to
Mm,
fit
yeah. To fit the mold.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. It's tough. I don't know. Um, what about like falling short and grace? Because I know like I mean just think back, a couple weeks. You walked in the house after your state cross country meet, high expectations, and I don't know. I can think on probably, well, four fingers, 4 days, 4 races that I could tell that it just wasn't Harper out there running in all the years that you've raced. I'm going to be like you came across mile 2 and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." I could tell in your eyes.
Yeah, it was rough.
I know, but you came home and we love watching you compete. Okay. Your coaches have you trained to the best ability. And they have you ready. And I know you crossed that finish line and you had goosebumps. You were cold. You could just tell, but you walked in that door and and you felt like you fell short. And then you were talking about a redemption race, like all the things. I mean, you do realize, like, you're human, that we all are human. Um, how did you move past that? Because let me tell you guys this. I'm dead serious. She came in on Saturday night and she held it together. Can you say that you held it together?
Yeah, I really had to for a long
You know,
time.
and the thing of it is, even on a bad day, you still excelled, and that's the mind-blowing part of it. You had that because you have those high expectations. But I remember you walking in the door and you sat down and you looked at me and you just said, "I am so mad."
Yeah,
I'll never forget it. And I'm like, "It's okay. Like it truly is okay. It's a race." And that one race, that one moment is not going to define you. So the very next day, guys, okay, the next morning, she was up telling me, what were you telling me about the times for indoor?
oh, what like I needed to do. I was already prepared. I was moved on. You can't just let it affect you because I don't know, it's just going to drain you. So,
Yeah.
I already have really big goals for indoor and track season, and I'm going to do everything I can to go after that because I hated the way I felt after the state meet, even though, I made some really big goals and I didn't hit any of them. So, that kind of just sucks, but you kind of just have to move past it, and it just makes me want to work harder.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the things I learned from you that weekend, oh my gosh. I'm not kidding. She's giving me a big, huge smile right now. You can't see it because we're on the video. She's like, yeah, you know. No, I have never seen I mean, I could get tear. I mean, it makes me very emotional because you watch this girl, compete and fight, we knew her goals, and and I just knew that we weren't upset with her, but I knew that she would be upset, and give herself a hard time. But when she woke up that next morning and she was already on mile split and she was checking out the times that she would need to compete at a high level, come track season, I knew that, I mean, she bounced back faster than anything. And I think that there's so much to learn in that. We cannot stay down and we cannot waller and we can't have a pity party, and take us out of the game, after one day. I'm just proud of you.
Thank you.
Seriously. I mean, yeah, I'm just really proud of you. I mean, you're so mentally tough. So, okay, but because you're mentally tough, let's go off that. You're mentally tough, but how is it that you're kind to yourself? Okay, you can't beat yourself up over it, right? Something that women in leadership and motherhood, I mean, in ministry, I mean, we are all go through that stuff. Like, okay, you got to be mentally tough, but then are we being kind to ourselves and loving ourselves and giving ourselves some grace? Walk us through that. I mean, I know you bounced back, but what did you tell yourself after you said, I'm so mad?
Yeah, I think it's okay to be upset. You're going to have those moments when you're just upset with yourself and maybe, well, I think I said I failed, but like that's just because I was so angry, but like I didn't fail. I still finished the race and I still gave it everything I had. So I think that's kind of, you have to bounce back.
Mhm,
And I don't know. I think it's hard,
mhm.
but you kind of
You
just have to
you
remember,
win some, you lose some. I mean, don't you think that's part of life?
yeah, it is. So
I don't know. There's so much character building, when it comes to sports, and I've watched you develop into such an amazing leader. I don't know if you know it, but you're leading already, not because somebody has given you a title or anything like that. I just see it in how you show up. Um, you know, what's helped you really take on that kind of leadership role, in your teams? And I say in your team, like track team and cross country, basketball, um, at school. How? What's helped you, step into that role?
Yeah, I think when I came into each of the programs, you know, the goal is just to leave the program in a better place than when I came in. And I think the biggest thing is just having relationships with every single person on the team. They're all
Mm.
my sisters. So it's just fun just to grow over the years together. And, you don't have to do certain things to be a leader. You can do all the little things and you might think it's not being noticed, but, it's all going to come out in the end. So I think, just showing up every day and having relationships with your teammates is probably one of the best things.
That's the best thing I think I've ever heard you say.
Oh,
It comes I'm serious, it comes down to in the relationships. I'm leading a team here now in our business and everything like that. And I just keep stressing like the best leaders are the ones that can develop relationships. And I think you're doing it. I know younger girls are watching you big time. Last night at the basketball tip-off dinner, or biddy night, where biddy night comes in, and they're just watching you. You've set the bar high, you and your team. Um, and whether you want it or not, I mean, they're watching you. And so, what do you hope that people see in the way that you live?
yeah, I think, when someone looks at me, they know that I am a strong person and I'm not just going to settle for, I don't know, less. Uh, I go after it and I just lead with confidence. And I think that's kind of just what everyone has to go through in life. Just, I don't know, just always have someone to look up to. So,
How do you define leadership? I mean, because we can look at it in so many different ways. I mean, what does leadership look like?
yeah, there is so many different ways of just leading.
I mean,
And
are you vocal or like, are you loud or?
there's moments. I think it kind of leadership. I don't know. You can be quiet. You can be loud. You can lead. Core at practice, and you're leading that. I think leading. It's something that can be very good. I think that every team needs it. And I don't know. I think it's fun.
Yeah. Well, you're doing it, and I don't even know on some days that you even realize what you're doing. But it's how you show up and how you always keep going and how you treat people. I tell you what, I don't know an older sister that would treat their younger sister the way that you do. You guys are seriously best friends. And to watch you be on the same team for the past 2 years, it has been such a blessing to watch you connect and lead and be a true friend, even if you weren't sisters. How do you want people to feel um, after they've been around you?
I just want them to feel like they are important. Every conversation you have with someone, you should be leaving and making them feel good. Um, and I think that's kind of just, my goal is just to make people feel like they belong there because they do.
Mhm.
And that's kind of just, the goal.
Yeah. I think I read in one of my leadership books last week, and it said, it was like, I don't know, day, whatever. And it said, get to know your mailman's name. Like, make people feel important. And I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know my mailman's name. So I'm going to make it a mission because, again, it comes back to the people and the relationships and the connection and, the people that you surround yourself every day or that you see. And so, anyway, that's my mission. I forgot to tell you that. We have to find out our
Sure, yeah.
because it's the little things like that when we get to know people's names. And I'll be honest, uh I know faces. I can remember faces, but to actually put a name to that face, I need to do better on that. I need to work a little bit better on that and remember because it does. It makes people feel important and that they are known and seen. Um, okay, so you're stretched thin. I know a lot of women here that are listening, they're juggling so much, the career, the kids, the spouse, the relationships, and sometimes we feel stretched thin. And I know with everything that you're doing, I know that you carry a lot. Okay, so what has helped you balance that out when you're feeling thin?
Well, it's kind of weird, but I don't even know if I could say this.
Oh, well, okay.
Um,
We're just having a conversation. This is a safe space. There's no judgment here.
a lot
The
of people
ladies are gonna
know,
love
yeah, I, what is it, a weird obsession with pencils?
you.
I
Yeah.
don't know, just the erasers, it's more like just fidgeting. It's
Uh-huh.
probably something that I shouldn't be doing, but it's
Oh,
okay.
calm.
Like
Yeah,
I'm
calm
doing it
down.
right now, but it's just, I don't know, I just think a lot. But
They
yeah,
make things for that. You do know that. Like they make like the
it's never
squishy
the same.
things.
The
Nope,
same.
it's not this. It's the eraser. Yeah.
Yeah, the eraser.
Oh, well, I mean, people, you know, what do you call it? Like shake their leg, when they're sitting there, or however they calm yourself. Some people breathe, right? They do breath work. Oh, that's funny. Huh. I
Yeah.
know. I've seen you for the last couple years carrying around a pencil.
Why do you have a pencil? You don't need a pencil. It's like
I know.
a pencil.
Ah, that's awesome. So have you ever felt emotionally, spiritually, not just physically tired? I mean, I know physically you get tired. I mean, you run 50 million miles a week, but do you ever feel like, you know, tired? And if so, I mean, what fills you up again?
Yeah, I think that's normal. There's days where I don't know. It's not like I don't want to go to practice or something. Like, obviously, I'm gonna want to go to practice, but there's always days when, you aren't always just there and it's just hard to do things. But, I just like the process of getting better. And, you have to show up on those hard days because races are going to be hard. So, it's kind of just training yourself for it.
Well, I tell you, you definitely take ownership in a lot of the things that you do. You don't make excuses. You kind of come across as like a no excuse, no blame game kind of gal. I love that. I wish more people were like that, where they, take that personal responsibility to reflect and just really up level their life. And so, what keeps you accountable when no one's watching?
Yeah, it's definitely God and just praying because obviously he's always watching. He knows what's going to
Yeah.
happen. So I
He
think,
does.
that's just the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, he definitely holds us to a high standard.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, all the time. So what's an excuse though? I mean, I know you're a no excuse kind of gal, but what's an excuse that maybe you had to let go of in order to become better? I mean, have you ever had an excuse?
But I don't really make excuses that much. And
Yeah,
even if I do, like I instantly like turn it positive.
yeah,
Just because I feel guilty. Like I don't know. It's like why am I making excuses right now? Like I know I can do it. So I
yeah.
think it's I don't know.
Hmm, that's awesome. Um, what's something that um I don't even like to use the word failure because I know we fall short, but we do. We fall short. We're human. And we definitely fall short if our standard is God's standard. I mean, I think we're going to fall short every single day. So what has that taught you?
Yeah, I think I don't know, it just makes me want to work harder because obviously you're gonna fail.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, I don't know, failing is a pretty strong word, but
Yeah, we can learn so much from that.
yeah, I think that's kind of you have to fail, like you have to fail just to grow as a person. And I think that's kind of I don't know, it happens to everyone, and it just makes you stronger.
Yeah. You know, I just have a couple more questions. I mean, I think I could talk to you all day. I know we do that. We talk all day anyway, because you get out of school at 10, but so many high achieving women, they tie their worth to what they do. Okay. And I've been guilty of that. I mean, chalk it up. I always partnered that my worth up to my, accomplishments or what I did, do. There's been a lot of growth here in the last 10 years of my life, and we lose ourselves in the process. So how are you at 18 learning to root your identity in something deeper than performance?
Yeah, I think you always say, I'm more than a runner. And I think that's something that every young athlete should be hearing. Your life doesn't, like, I don't know, depend on how you perform. And I think that's something we get caught up in, like you said, if you think you didn't run the way, then I don't know, you're not, I don't
Mm.
know how to say this, like,
Yeah, that you're not good enough or that,
yes, you're good enough.
yeah,
And I don't know, I think that little thing what you always say, you're more than a runner, that's something that has really just stuck with me because there's so much more to my life than just being an athlete. Like, yeah, that's awesome, but there's just so much more God has for me and planned for me than just performing a certain way.
yeah. No, yeah, you are definitely more than an athlete. You're more than you're my Harper Lynn.
Yeah,
I know. Oh, I love it. Um, are you a perfectionist by any chance?
yeah, I think sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, it kind of goes back to that. I know that creeps in. That's natural, but going back again to who you really are, um, speaks volumes. It's awesome. So I know you're just like getting started in life. You really are. You're ending, you're wrapping up your senior year. You're stepping into a new chapter at Indiana. And I know that you are already thinking about the kind of woman that you want to become. I mean, what does that look like right now?
yeah, there's just a strong woman, uh, just loving and kind, and I don't know, just has a lot of just standards of what I want to live up to, God standards, just everything like that.
Hmm.
So it's definitely kind of scary, but kind of have to have that planned out, I guess.
I don't think you do have to have it planned out. He has the plan, and as long as you're again taking his steps, whatever he's leading you to do, and grow into, I think that's the most important part. And so uh, let's uh, let's do some rapid fire. You ready for that?
Yeah, I guess. Let's do it.
Okay, this is like right off the cut. Like you just have, okay,
Okay.
it's just real fast. Okay, here I go. So, what's your favorite quote or mantra right now?
I feel like the only thing stuck in my head is no letdown and keep swinging
Oh,
because of basketball. That's what we've been speaking these last couple of weeks, and that's just in my head. So
no
I think,
letdown.
yeah,
What's the weight one?
win the weight.
Win the weight. Win the
Yeah,
weight. Oh,
yes.
yeah. I love it. No letdown. Win the weight. What's one habit that has changed your life?
I think it's just waking up and working out. Just moving your body.
I
And
thought you were going to say waking up and make your bed.
I do that sometimes. I do feel good when I make my bed, but it's hard some mornings.
Yeah, that's awesome. One thing that that's a non-negotiable in your life.
Praying, I think. I try to do that every single night, and it does just make me feel better. So,
Do you journal?
yes, a lot.
Yeah. Well, I know that, I mean, I know you're that list maker. You jot everything down, write everything down, have everything in front of you. I think journaling is so important. Um, it gets it out of the headspace
Mhm.
and out something. Okay, something you've learned from failure.
Don't let it affect you and move on from it. Learn from it and move on.
Move on. Move on. Yep, move on. Learn and move on. Oh, I love it. And not that you're old, But what would you tell your younger self? What would you tell yourself, if you were just now stepping into high school?
I think just trust the process. I've been saying that a lot
That might be
recently.
your mantra too. I've
Yeah,
heard you say
I
that
do
a
say
lot.
that a lot, but I think just trust the process because a lot is going to happen and
Yeah.
it's all going to work out.
Oh, it is. It is going to work out. I'm just so glad that you're here. Seriously.
You too.
I know. You're so you impact a lot of people, whether you know it or not. Yeah, you've got a lot of things going for you, and you're definitely raising the bar and living a life that you should be proud of. And I know we are, and the calling on your life, I know is absolutely huge. And I think there's so many women here that need to hear those words being spoken over them, um, to not just waste the time that we've been given. So I'm just so glad you're here. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Guys, wow. I tell you what, if you've been listening right now and thinking something has to change, okay, whether it's your health or your finances, your habits, or even your mindset, and you've been inspired by what Harper has shared, with you and her heart, guys, I just want you to know you can take that first step today. I have partnered with some of the best in the wellness and when it comes to personal growth, and these tools, guys, have truly been life-changing for me. So whether it's like the products that support your health or a community that lifts you up, there's something here that can help you show up stronger with fire, yet even more grounded than ever, okay? So if you're looking to build or grow or lead in a community that values connection and purpose and helping others while creating meaningful opportunities while earning extra income for your family, guys, please reach out to me. Let's talk about how to make your why bigger than your excuses. And don't forget to join our free Fit and Fierce Sisterhood, where you're going to find workouts, tools, coaching, and a group of women chasing purpose and balance together. Come hang out with me on Instagram at fit_and_fierce and tell me how you are showing up for your goals. Until next time, be fit, be fierce, be unstoppable. See ya.